Welcome. Love them knives. Yes, from the LTK broadcast studio. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, that's a joke. Okay, here we are. Talking about knives. And why not? This is a lovely, lovely piece of cutlery. It is from Mr. Blade. Now, why couldn't I come up with a name like that? You know, very creative. How long do you have to think about that one? Czech Republic, D2 steel blade, big steel blade. What a poke. Like a pig sticker or something, That is really cool. I can't tell if this is, in my mind, think about, is this like futuristic? Would this be like on a Star Trek type thing, real? Or would this be Mad Max goes back to the Thunderdome type, after the obliteration of the nuclear meltdown and everybody's gone primitive? I don't know, but it's something like that. Look at the backspacers. Got these standoffs here. Big old thick steel liners on here. And take a look up inside. What do we got? We got some holes milled out there. Well, that means that instead of like 14 ounces, it's going to be way down to 13 and a half. Probably. God only knows. Okay, so this is a liner lock. We could get around to that point. And you can't disengage this all the way without pulling this back, and then you can disengage it. Okay, so is this a one-handed knife? Yeah, it is, because you can either do this, which is pull this back with your finger like this, the finger that's most active on your hand, like that, or do like I do, which is I just lay my finger across here like this and then just pull it back as I'm, so just like that and disengage. So you can do it one-handed. So it's not a flipper. It's obviously a flicker, and it's got a fuller on both sides, which is, helps your efficiency when you jump on the big wild pig in southern Texas. And, well, they've all drowned, so I don't know if there's any pigs left. But in any case, yeah, it's quite the knife. I saw this on eBay, and I thought, I got to have this. You ever just like seen a knife and you go, okay, bingo, got to have it. And you may look at this and go, what? You may think, why? Why do you have to have this? I don't know. I mean, the design to me just really speaks to me. I don't know if it's this real industrial look, real kind of primitive / futuristic thing, but it's something about it that speaks to me. Wow. And Mr. Blade, they had the HT1 and the HT2. The HT, one's small and one's big. The small little one was like 3 3/4 inch blade and weighed like 5 pickup trucks. And then the big one was like 4 1/4 inch blade and weighed like 10 pickup trucks. It's really funny. I didn't know if they made a knife under 4-inch blade. And this one, no, this is not their tiny pocket edition. Well, this might be for them. 4 1/4 inch blade, which is like 107 millimeter blade. You're talking about 24 centimeters and 9.5 inches. How about that? Yeah, that'll get you down the block right there. If you like really small knives, this is perfect. Obviously not. 0.62 of an inch thickness, which is 15.8 millimeters. Wow. Okay, so That's a pretty fat little dog right there. Actually, there's one around here that's kind of like in that fine tradition, which is my fossil. Even though this is a compact fossil, because of these big G10 scales added on, it's 0.61. That's 0.62. So, I mean, go figure on that, right? Because it's not just a steel frame. It's, they're putting these honkers on the outside like that. Talk about primitive, right? Or futuristic. Well, this kind of goes down that line for me. Maybe that's why I was, all hot and bothered on it. 0.15 of an inch. Let's see, 4 millimeter. Yeah, 4 millimeter blade thickness. So, yeah, it's a big dog. I like it. I mean, it's fairly easy to handle. I don't know how I feel about this lockout thing. Do I really need it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And on Instagram, there was a guy that I know that his son cut his finger really badly, maybe even severed it with a knife where the liner lock failed. And he was really upset. And when you talk about that, is it possible for a lock to fail? Yeah. I remember years ago when I saw a thing from a guy who said, a folding knife is a broken knife. Okay, so a fixed blade, it's not gonna fold up on you. It's a fixed blade. Okay, but a folding knife, let's throw that away. No, it is. It pivots. So it's it is precarious. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not going to go like this with any knife. I don't care if it's a cold steel. I might feel more comfortable doing that, but I'm just not going to do that as a general rule. I do not want to put a lot of pressure on the spine. Like impact, like I'm hammering something in or hitting something really, really hard with the spine of a knife. I'm not sure how this one folded up. Not this one, but the knife that was a liner lock folded up. But I mean, that means you must have had, your fingers are crossed here. But you weren't going this way, which is cutting. You were going backwards, really fast and hard. So I don't know, but I've never done that before. Thank God. It's pretty tragic when you have a failure on a lock. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, and this may not be a bad rule of thumb, if you want your thumb to stay attached, which is kind of treat your knives like a slip joint. I mean, slip joints, there's a billion of them out there, and people function with them every day. And hopefully don't cut their fingers off. So the good thing is, think about it like a slip joint. And that way, I think you'll stay on the safe side of things. Just saying. This liner lock looks pretty good. It's right there at 45 to almost 50% lockup. And of course, you've got this, which will not let this disengage until you disengage this. And I think I had a CRKT knife like that as well. I think it might have been a Hammond design. In any case, it's one of those ZKC or I can't remember what it was, ZSF knives. In any case, this big G10 scales. Let's get back to this actual knife instead of BSing about other things. You're right. Nice texturing here. I mean, this is grippy. This is a knife that I think could be a couple of things. Kind of proud carry in that kind of badass tradition of, look at what I got. It's like, walking your pit bull down the block, Hey, look at this. On the other hand, this could be a very useful, work knife as well. And check out the hardware here. Of course, this is Torx in here, but that's screwdriver right there. So, okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. We've got 3 screws securing the pocket clip. And the pocket clip is not a deep carry, but in this case, I think it's a smart move to not have it as a deep carry. And you know, it's not that overly stiff. I've carried it several times. Slides in the pocket just fine. This is interesting because you can go right hand and left hand with this knife carry. I got this knife and it was set up with the pocket clip on this side, which if you think about it, that means that this was left hand carry because the knife blade always unfolds to the back seam of your pocket. So I undid it and said, no, why would it come set up left hand? I don't know. But I unscrewed this, took it off, and discovered this is red under here, where this was black under there. So I guess red is for left and black is for right hand. Why it came up, set up for left hand, I don't know. But I like it. Hey, let me show you something real quick. Here's my paperwork. You know, congratulations, love them knives. And here's the seller's name. And I'm going to put a link in my description section where it'll take you to his seller page, and then you can see the list of items that he has to sell. And he's the Mr. Blade guy from the Czech Republic. I've, messaged him back and forth through eBay before. So, and I know that somebody over in the Netherlands, I think it's Hank, which is a knife collector 031, the Netherlands. He has his own YouTube channel. He's the Wii rep for Europe, and he knows this individual. I forget his actual name, but that's his seller name. Doesn't have many transactions, but I'll tell you what, I bought this knife and it was like $99 or best offer. So I made an offer and he took my, $85 offer, and it was free shipping, and I got it in like 10 days, 11 days, somewhere 10 to 12 days I got it. So that was really cool. I really like the knife. I know it's not super high tech. It's D2 steel, and here's your millimeters on here. Of course, we said it was 24 centimeters, so, and I said 107 millimeter, okay, on the blade, but D2, G10, blah, 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 hardness 60-61. I was going to show you on here as well. God forbid you look at the knife. No, stop. Whatever. Okay, it comes in black as well, is what I was going to say. See that? So you can get it in black. The Ferat, F-E-R-A-T. Now, this is a seller that's not this Czech seller. I think this is a Russian guy. Russian Federation. In any case, so he is trying to say produced by Wii Knife Company. I don't know that to be true, and I did email Hank over in Europe to see, because he's the Wii Knife rep for Europe. And he said as far as he knew, he was not aware that Wii Knife makes this knife. Although Mr. Blade doesn't necessarily manufacture all their knives in the Czech Republic. So they can be made in other places. Some of their knives are made in China. Some of their knives are made other places. The designers can vary from Russian designers, Japanese designers. I know there's an Australian that has designed a knife for Mr. Blade, so they come from all over too. And of course, you got a partially serrated blade, stone washed. And this knife is not very tall. I was going to grab something that might kind of give you that idea here. See? What, about inch, and not even quite an inch, really almost dead on an inch tall. Let's fold it up. It's centered. There's no blade play on it. If there was, that'd be easy to take care of, I reckon. Yeah, just a skosh over an inch. So it's not taking up a lot of real estate in your pocket. And I may have put a drop of Tough Glide or Nano Oil or something like that on the pivot. I can't remember right now. Not sure that I did, but I haven't taken it apart. This is kind of, yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting, and I know I mentioned this on one of my previous videos where I did my pocket dump, which is, if you look, this is the blade, this is the thumb stud, right? It looks like this is the blade, this is the thumb stud, right? You know, it's a little confusing. You know, if it was, you know, you weren't paying attention particularly. Because you can see there is no, it's not an ambidextrous thumb stud. So when this thing comes back here, see right here, and see this cross piece that goes here, it can't be an ambidextrous thumb stud unless you cut out part of that liner there. See, on this side, it is cut out. So interesting. I do like the red, you know, contrast there. It keeps it, you know, kind of livens it up just a little bit. And these things come in a pouch, which I can't remember the previous Mr. Blade knives. If they came in a pouch like this, I'd have to look at my video, which I'll put a link to in my description section, but I can't remember exactly. I thought they came in a box. In any case, so maybe that does indicate maybe it was a Chinese manufacturer like We Knives that made these. Don't know. In any case, so you get the microfiber cloth as well, which is, this is their, you know, their logo. It's like, can we grow? I mean, you from Portland, dude? You got that hipster? Oh, never mind. Neck beard, all that. Yikes. Forget that. Get out of here. In any case, yeah. And, oh, come here. Let's get crazy. Crazy little scale over here. Turn you on. See what we got for a weight here. Yeah, that's 6 ounces. That's not bad. Can you see that? Yeah, it's not a real big number, is it? So 170 grams. I guess, I mean, that's not really, really bad. I was thinking it might be a little bit more than that. So the skeletonized areas on the on those liners, it's helped. For the size knife that it is, 24 centimeters, you know, 9.5 inches, and as thick as it is this way, yeah. Although, you know, this is easy pocket carry, because, you know, real estate this way is nothing. Really nothing. So, you may ask yourself, how does it line up with like the PM2? I think it's bigger. Just saying. Just a little bit bigger. If you want to flip them around like this. Bigger. And it's definitely heavier too. Throw something else out here. Like, oh, my ever dangerous Mannix. Yeah. Bigger than the Mannix. It's just a big knife. Just a big knife. Benchmade grip, full-size grip, not mini grip. Right there, so, yeah. If you go pivot to pivot, even the handle is longer here than the handle here, as well as the blade. So in every way, it's a bigger knife. Yeah, I really like it. I don't know. I mean, you could go on eBay and put in an offer. Maybe I should have offered 75. I don't know. But it's free shipping. So it cost me 85 bucks. And hey, you see this little landing pad area for the pocket clip? You know, it kind of goes on both sides there. That's kind of nice. I mean, they were thinking about it, at least. But yeah, hold on, let's... Oh, well, it'll tear paper. I think I could do that with my hands. So it's D2. It's pretty sharp. Yeah. Yes, it is. Not bad. I don't know. What do you think? It's got to be one of those knives that you either think is completely unattractive or just absolutely brutally badass and wonderful. And that's the way I feel about it. Brutally badass and wonderful. All right. Hey, thanks for joining me. You might want to subscribe to my channel because we're coming up on a 5,000 sub giveaway. And this is, of course, late September of 2017, in case you're watching this in 2018 or whatever. Any case, be aware, subscribe. We do have giveaways, and that goes for all time. And table sales, and we do that on a regular basis as well. We're going to try and do that more like on the 30th or the 1st of the month, to make sure we get maximum traction out of your paychecks and empty your pockets. All right, Mr. Blade, the ferret. Yes, because you know what we do here? We love them knives, so stay sharp.